All right, my friends, we are back at it again. We're going to be creating more RHG characters for people leaving a comment in my TikTok post that you just heard screaming at me because I'm getting the link ready for the chat. People who comment in that link specifically and are following that TikTok account specifically will get a RHG character created by me, creator of the RHG, that they can do whatever they want with. It's a lot of fun. These are the ones that we've made so far. A lot of really, really cool characters in this. And I'm going to show you how I go through and create them. Now, I'm not doing any customizations. No customizations whatsoever, okay? What I'm doing each time is I'm taking the person's name. In this case, it's Cashier with a 1 for the I. And I'm getting rid of all of the previous details. I'll leave the text down here since we will use the text box. I am left with a name. And I will pop up this random hex code generator. I grab that. I throw it into here and I start my process. So that is what I will be doing. What's up, guys? How we doing? Daliog, late stone stream. Yes, yes. I gotta knock some more of these out. I'm gonna get buried. What's up, Oranger? How you doing, buddy? So we have to create a RHG for Cashier. Cashier, cash, money, coins. I go through the process initially. I think about, is this character a good character or a bad character? Is there any hints from the name that I could take ideas and inspiration from? Or maybe even the color of the character. Cashier makes me think of money. Money makes me think of coins. Is there something I could do with coins? What's up, Flavio? And at this point, I'm just kind of, I'll just start drawing random poses, random limbs, to try and like get me warmed up. Cashier. What if he throws coins? Now, what can these coins do, though, that would make them special? Cashier. Cashiers have what? They have name tags. They have the cashier machine. They might have a hat on. What else could they have? He's blue. Does blue have anything to do with anything? Can that help us? Will coins give the coins a random effects to their opponent? I like that. Does he have a weapon? What weapon could a cashier have? I think he's going to have some kind of coin, but I think he also deserves a weapon of some sort. What could his weapon be? Cashiers don't really have levers anymore on the machines. It's mostly all buttons. What would be a cool weapon to give Cashier? Well, also, let's think about, does he have any secondary movement? Does he have a scarf or a cape? Maybe a cape would be cool. I haven't done a cape on, like, anyone yet. What if we did a cape? What would that look like? I have legitimately not done a cape on anyone yet. A little cape like that might be kind of cool, right? Cash register but shoots out coins like bullets? That could be interesting, but a cash register would be really heavy and weird to lug around, you know? I don't hate the idea, though. I'm gonna let it simmer. Cape's kind of fun. Crow for Crow, what's up, buddy? What if the coins, we said the coins have an effect. What if the coins affect, is the coins effect going to be mobility based? Or will the coins effect be damage based? Maybe he has a coin for a for a hat. Like so. That might be kind of fun. Making coins as wheels of their shoes and roller skates? Roller skates might be interesting for mobility. Not completely sold to it, but there might be something there. He's got a coin hat and a cape. I think that's kind of fun. But I feel like he should have a weapon still. And he can, like, spawn these coins. Oh, you know what he should have? He should have a bat. That way he can swing the coins at the enemy. I think that would be cool. But what do the coins do? What is the effect that the coins have? Exploding is always an easy way to go. But maybe we do something more fun. More interesting. What could the coins do? Oh, knock it off. Let me hit Alt every once in a while. Jeez. So he has coins he can toss. Different purposes like pennies for damage, dimes for healing, nickels for mobility. Oh, okay. But that might be difficult to keep track of on the fly for the viewer. If we make the coins simple, like they only look like one thing, it makes it easy for the viewer to always know what to expect from coins, right? Oh, knock it off. Let me hit Alt every once in a while. Give me a break. Let's get a bat in his hand so we can get that out of the way. I do like the idea of him having a bat, like a straight up... Oh, you know why he has a bat? Because for security purposes at his store, he would have a bat. You know what I mean? He's got to defend his store, and he has a bat for security. You know what I like to do to get away from not having to layer something? That I want to have some kind of, almost like it's passing through the character, like he's holding it. What I'll do is I'll actually give him a spot where there's just a gap for his hand to go. And I'll make this be the bat, and then I'll place this right here. So he can rotate where the bat is, and it looks like it's in his hand without it having to be having issues with layers. It's kind of like a fun workaround. You just straight up leave the gap there. See that? Okay, so cashier, he's got a bat. But what do the coins do? What can coins do? They're bright, they're shiny. He has a bat, so he has a melee weapon. He can... Maybe he summons the coins? Or he just tosses them out. I like that. Flashbangs because they're shiny. But that kind of affects him too. If you think about it, like, unless we have a creative way for him to not get hit by the flashbang, it's kind of an annoyance because he would only be able to use them, like, in a room or something. Like, a room that he's not in. So I don't think that's super useful. Well, let's think about it. So the coins can have a couple different base level ideas. They can do something that improves his mobility, or they could do something that increases damage. If we're thinking mobility, since he already has a bat, what could he do with the coins that would give him extra mobility? He could teleport to the coins, but I feel like I've had that idea before. I haven't seen Ultra Kill, I'm not sure. Oh, what about if it's an effect? What about when he hits people with the bat? Instead of bleeding, coins come out. Okay, hold on. His bat, check this out. I'm gonna do this with his bat. I think I have something cooking. Add. Hold on. I got something. Check that out. So this bat is now a golden magical bat. Jewel animation, somebody. It's 10 something here. So when he hits you with this golden bat, coins come out. So it's like this. Now, what do the coins do when the bat... Midas Touch, but coins? Is that too OP, though? I feel like Midas Touch is too OP, honestly. Like, being able to just hit you with a bat, and then boom, you're frozen in gold. How did somebody fight something like that? You just never get touched by it, but that's kind of boring. Objects Adventure 2 joke. I don't even know what that would look like, dude. People don't play Flash games anymore. You can't. What do the coins do? So the coins come out of the bat, right? But what's the effect? You hit the person, coins come out of them, which would be really fun to animate. But what do the coins do to them? Thinking, and we're using our thinking. In the meantime, let's give him a face. We're using our thinking. New Super Mario 2. Oh, this is so difficult. We're right there. It's worth it to take a little bit of time, because if this is a character that someone's going to use, right? Or even if I end up using it for something, who knows, man? I don't know. It'd be good to have the core fundamental idea. The coin should stick on the opponent. With enough coins, will weigh the opponent down by covered coins. I thought about something like that, but the thing is think about that mechanic. Think about if you're the guy animating that. You're going to have to animate all these coins attaching. Every single frame, moving them. It's going to be too heavy. You want it to be something that's fun, too. You know? And it's not going to be fun to animate those sticking on the body all the time. What's up, Rattle? I'm thinking about the coins using weapon, like, expanding it. And use it flying saucers or shields. Oh. Like they're bigger? Yeah, I wasn't necessarily planning on doing a stream late, but I need to get more of these done, and I'm not really tired, so I was like, well, I might as well go live. No, So the coins, I'm still just stuck. We're right at the end here. We just need to finalize the idea for what the coins do. That's it. We're right there, dude. Can't stick around? Alright, later, buddy. Master! What's up, Jojo? Oh my. We're right there. He's done. I have every bit of it. He has a bat that when you hit the enemies with the bat, coins come out. He's got a cape. He's got a hat. He is a not evil character. But what do the coins do? What do the coins do, man? They pop out of the enemy. And what? Cashier has a golden bat. Spawns coins when hitting target. When hitting enemy. Let's say enemy. If I say target, it might not be clear. Enemies. Coins. Blank. Coins. Anything. Coins. I don't want them to stick to the enemies because that'll be way too arduous to animate. They can pay the enemy's house off. Yeah, so you beat the debt out of them. What does debt look like? Oh, what if it does? What does debt look like? Debt weighs you down. Yeah, but that's essentially sticking and weighing them down. First time to finally someone join the stream early. What's up, dude? Okay, hear me out. They explode. But not like a massive explosion. So think about it. Okay, this is actually cool. So you hit the person, right? And then the coins, there's like a short delay. We got this. I got it. There's like a short delay. Right? There's a short delay. And then the coins start to erupt. Okay, this is actually gonna be really sick. I'm super excited now. And then they explode in a small explosion. By the way, thanks for making Unga Bunga RHG character for me. I love this silly guy. Definitely expect you to draw something about that brute. Dude, he's sweet. I like him a lot. Dude's great. I am making more stickmans, yes. People seem to be enjoying them. Yes, this is it. So they pop. How about they have an electric explosive pop? They do like an electric explosion pop. I like that. So after a short duration, the coins have an a small electric explosion. Check this out. That's sick. I like that a lot now. So imagine he's like, bam, he hits, and then these coins spread out, and then they all pop after short duration. So if you get hit by the bat, it like stuns you, and you need to like get out of the way quick, because all those little tiny coins that sprout out are gonna explode with electricity, and you don't want to get caught in that. Can you imagine that? Tell me that's not sick. Oops, I didn't want to do that. Oh, that's what happened there. I see. Yeah, it's like a small chain explosion out on a delay. That's sick. Coins that spawn from struck enemies explode in a small electric explosion after a short duration. I like that a lot. Has a golden bat. Spawns coins when hitting enemies. And coins that spawn from struck enemies explode in a small explosion after a short duration. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. That is cool. I would have fun animating that. Cashier is done. That's sick. See, it's worth it. You just take a little bit more time, man. Why can't I copy these frames? Just let me copy the frames, man. Oh, well, I like it. Do you guys like it? What did I do here? There we go. I think that's sick. Okay, now that we have it here, I need to export it. And I'll throw it onto the Stone Mountain Discord. In the little section I have for where I am putting these RHG creations. And that was cash. And then I'm now going to go take this, and I'm going to go put it in the... Well, I have to download it onto my phone first. Once I download it onto my phone, I will reply to Cashier's comment with his character. Bada bing, bada boom. We move on to the next one. Okay. Adding cashier. I'm going to copy this text just in case. Okay, cashier is done. Up next, he was 19 hours ago. We got Spectre, which is SP_3. SP_3 CTRE. Spectre. Spectre's up next. Spectre. Splash, what's up, buddy? What's up, Cal Arts? Or Card Arts, sorry. They look like wanted posters? Kinda, huh? I could see that. Alright, I'm gonna get rid of all of the old details from our previous guy here. Spectre. Let's see. He reminds me of ghosts. Let's generate his hex code. Ooh, he's got a bit of a green here. Okay. Kind of an alpha green. Spectre. Spectre. So Spectre's like a ghost, right? Like normally a Spectre is a ghost. Spectre. That's it. Let's go to images. Oh my god, there's some dumb 007 movie called Spectre, and now it's the only result that's showing up. It's also a car. It's also a comic book series. What is a Spectre? What is a Spectre? I'm gonna back. What is a Spectre? Oh, Spectre, a ghost. Okay, so it's a ghost. So I would like to think that this guy is gonna be evil, but I don't want him to just be a ghost. I think that's lame. Because I want him to be able to do combat. I want him to be able to hit things. So let's go evil. Evil. I'm just drawing random little poses here. I'm not really thinking too much about it. Just drawing a pose. Spectre. What do ghosts do? Grim Reaper with a scythe. I've done so many scythes, but I like the lantern idea. Ooh, what if he has a lantern on a chain? He's a chain wielder. And if he hits you with his lantern, what happens? Lantern whip mace. Yes, that's what I'm thinking. Spectre hits you with his lantern whip mace. What would happen? Milkfast! What's up, buddy? Yo, did you like your guy? Did you like your RHG? Okay, he hits you with his lantern whip chain. What would it do? So does it have a special effect? I saw Ghost once and it flashed me and I've never recovered since. What if he doesn't need to hit you with it? Man, I love you, dude. What if he smashes the lantern down himself. What would happen? What could happen if he smashes the lantern down on the ground? Is there something that could come out of the lantern? Maybe with each hit, soul gets dragged out more. That's kind of hard to... I mean, it's not super hard. Well, I guess you could kind of illustrate that with, like, something tugging out of the character. Lunsar, stick Lunsar. What's up, buddy? Dude, some of these RHGs would definitely give Andre a run for his money. I'm just saying. I think you'd get away animating this too, this chain thing, by just making it a line tool thing. I think that would be the easiest way. I'm gonna make this look cool, but I would just lose line tool probably. And just make the chain that way. Because I think it would be nightmarish to make somebody do this for every single, like, frame of the lantern, you know what I mean? But for appeal, to sell the movement. This is Adri. What's up, buddy? I think I would do... Yeah, and it's going to be a mace, too. I do like that idea. The lantern will be inside this thing. But it's like pokey. You know what I mean? To make these points a little sharper, I always like to use the eraser tool. Make them a little sharper edged, you know? A little more painful this way. Ah! If I could even do it right, hello? Maybe not. Maybe I can't do it right. Let's see if the smoothing tool can save my life here. Otherwise, I'll chip away at it. There we go. And then there's going to be a blue flame in here because I think that's cool. Or you know what? We make it white. Check this out. We make it white. And then we're going to glow it from here. That's what we'll do. Yeah. Boom. A star. What's up, buddy? A star is born. Okay. Let's change this glow. What if I made this blue and this one a different blue? A different blue. Yes. Now, what else can Spectre's mace... I want to make sure you can see that it's, like, got sharpness to it. It pulls the soul out of the target. And the soul can look like this, like, thing like this. I'll do something like this. Late night, baby. What's up, Pion? How you doing, buddy? Guys, you know who Hyun is? What the heck? What the heck? What's this guy doing here? What the heck? What's up, dude? I want to illustrate. I want to show how this works because I feel like you might not get it without the description here. So I want to kind of show like this guy being hit and his soul leaving his body. And it's like every hit you take, each hit pulls your soul further and further out of you. So it's not like immediate. You don't just get yanked instantly. Guy's got a soul, I guess. Gonna make him glow. Watch. This is what we're gonna do. Check this out. We're gonna glow this. Okay? Check this out. I'm thinking here. Glow. What if we make the glow kind of like the blue? That way it kind of matches, like it shows that you're being hit by it. And that it's your... it's like you can see the effect. That's what it is. You can see the effect of your soul being pulled by getting hit by that. Then I'm doing add overlay on top of it to kind of add that extra glow. We're going to tone it down a little bit so it's not so egregious. Like that. Boom! This is Spectre. I want to show you got hit. So as Spectre hits you, he slowly pulls your soul out of your body. Now I want to make the character Spectre a little more interesting. Let's give him a cowl. Because only cool guys have cowls, right? Can I do that in a cool way, or is it going to look bad? Hold on. I don't know if I can even pull it off. Hold on. Give me a second here. Hold on. I don't know if I can make it look cool yet. If it doesn't look cool, it's out the window, okay? But I feel like he should have like a hood. Started doing Tic Tac again? Just to fall stone? Let's go, baby. I don't like that. I didn't like that. Too much going on. Thank you, Struck. I want something though. Let's start off by giving him a face. Sometimes the face inspires me. Spectre's definitely evil, so I'm gonna start with that. I don't think I need to do that. I don't need to do that. With a skull face? That'd be kind of cool, maybe. You know what? What if I add bones to him, behind him? Oh, no! Where does the soul go? What if he has a soul basket? I want a soul basket. Can we do that? The lantern acts as like the vacuum, but he actually has a basket that holds the souls. It like sucks them in. And I think I might be able to just use this same glow. Hold on. What's up, baby? What's up, dude? Save as preset. This is souls. Right? Watch. Souls? Yeah. This is his soul's backpack. And it's got like a bouncy lid on it, so you can like animate the lid if you want. And it's made out of this like ghostly glass. And you could even show, like, I can maybe even put souls in there. What happens if I put souls in there? What happens? flip them around a little bit. What happens, because they're going to have a glow on there, so I wonder what that looks like. Oh, you can't even really tell. I don't think I can put them inside the graphic. Or inside the movie clip. That's my problem. Hold on. We got this. This guy just got 100 times cooler, by the way. It's usually like the... Dude, I swear it's the last... Why can't I grab this guy? I swear it's the last detail that, like, makes the character cool or not. Yeah, I want the souls in there. The basket has a steam stella? What's a steam stella? Maybe he's converting it into like a power source of some kind. So maybe there's like a chimney on it. Spectre stealing my soul, but I secretly place a nuclear explosive in my soul. Rock. Low key. There's a chimney here. Let's see what that does. This is my chimney. Okay, what would the chimney do? Wait. What if that powers the chimney? He puts the souls in here, but that chimney lets the souls out and powers his lantern. Hear me out. So the lantern's flames get bigger and stronger based on the more souls he collects. I love things that have like a bonus effect that get better with the more you do something. Would souls not just go into the lantern? No. I think it's cooler for him to store it. So he can build it up. I like the idea of collecting it. The lantern's the weapon. And then he stores, like the souls will like, woo, and go into this. And then it's like a factory, like something happens. And then the energy shoots out the chimney. And you see the lantern like absorb it. Because I like visual things, right? I want it to be visual. And I want it to add depth to what you're watching on screen, right? So imagine, if I just make it to where every time he hits you, the souls go directly into lantern. That is cool, don't get me wrong. But how much cooler would it be to see these little souls, after you hit an enemy, float and go into his basket? And then, I don't know, a couple seconds go by, and you see this thing spout off like a steam engine. Like that. And then you just see all the fire like go directly into the back into the lantern. I think that would be sick. And then it makes sense now why Spectre is claiming souls, because it makes him even stronger. Damn. I want to see if I can grab one of these for Spectre. What does it look like if I do this on top of the... That's kind of hard to tell with the this kind of background. Maybe it works if I layer a few of these bad boys on top of each other. Yeah. What's up, Papa Lava Bobo? What if the basket has a trail like an ectoplasm? That's what I'm saying. That's what I think it should. I think it does. You see what I mean? Visually, it's pleasing. Yeah. I like that. I like that a lot. That's cool. This guy's really cool. They keep getting cooler. Okay, so Spectre is done. Has a mace lantern. He turns soul into soup. Hits with lantern. Begin to pull souls. Pulled souls enter his soul factory. Soul factory pumps out more power to the mace lantern. Boom. Has a mace lantern. Hits with the lantern, begin to pull souls. Pulled souls enter his soul factory. Soul factory pumps out more power to the mace lantern. Is that sick? People say ghosts are cold. What if the basket is some sort of air coming? Cold air? Yeah, that's what this is. You can't really see it. Maybe if I can add this glow to it, maybe it'll make it a little more visible. There is like a trail coming off back here. It's kind of hard to see with this background. What happens if I add a glow? Hold on. What happens if I add a glow to this alpha smoke? I don't think it's going to give me the desired effect I want. Maybe? Yeah, it kind of makes it look weird. I liked it when it's just white. When it's on a regular background, that would look better. You can see it there faintly. It's just the background makes it kind of hard, I guess. Spectre is done, my friends. Let's take him. He has a bajillion layers. And let's put him onto the roster list. Look at this roster list. We're getting crazy out here with it. We're getting crazy out here with it. Cannot place the symbol inside itself. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Is that because it has the same name? Is that what's happening? Oh, it's because I didn't even copy that. Okay, let's go back to Spectre. And let's copy the frames. And we should be here. Yes, we are. And paste frames. Put in dupe. Bada bing, bada boom. Spectre. That is sick, dude. We just finished Cashier too, for those of you who are just joining us. Cashier is sick. He has a magical golden bat, and when he hits people with the bat, they explode with coins. Think Sonic taking damage, right? But then the coins, after a short delay, will pop and explode in a small electric explosion. So imagine pop. You know those fireworks that they go off and they go up in the sky, and then they make that like all at once. They all kind of like, there's a delay, and then they all pop in the sky like little poppers. So he bops you with it, coins come out of you, short delay, and then all the coins explode in an electric explosion. Small, but together, if your magic get hit multiple times by the bat, bop, 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 bop. Cashier would be a lot of fun. What's up, Benjamin? Alright, Spectre's done. Let's save, back out, and we will export. Ultimate farm weapon. Yeah, just sit there and bop a tank and get paid. S tier. I don't know, I'm not. Guys, if you would like to have your own RHG character created by me, I will link you. Was it Spectre? I will link you to my fresh TikTok. This is a way for me to engage with my community. Sorry about the sound. Every time I click that tab, it starts the music. Anyone who leaves a comment on that TikTok is and is following that TikTok account will get a RHG created by me that you're seeing right now. This person is Spectre. I now, since I sent it to myself on the Stone Mountain Discord, I can go and download it onto my phone. And I'm going to reply to the person who left a comment. Here you go. I absolutely love this guy. A soul reaping menace. And then I'm gonna drop in Spectre into the comments, and then we will move on to the next person. There it is. Okay. Spectre commented 19 hours ago. And there's another 19 hours ago. It was Overuse. Overuse 69. So that is who we're going to do next. Overuse 69. Overuse 69. Now, how I do this is simple. I simply take the name. I'm not doing any customizations. I'm sorry if that hurts your soul, but I'm purely and only going off of what my imagination can pull from simply your name and a randomly generated hex color. In this case, it's going to be another green. Interesting. Another green. That's all right. This one's more light colored. So this is how I do this. I think to myself right off the bat here, okay, is this a good character or evil character? Is this character human or something alien or foreign? I will usually use something foreign, or I will usually use like an alien type monster if the name isn't giving me anything. Like, you know, names that are, like, a good example was Kermalurma, right? Kermalurma, I don't know what a Kermalurma is. This doesn't tell me anything. These are two made-up names, two made-up words as far as I'm concerned, right? So then I go, okay, well, this is a Kermalurma. That's what you can't tell me otherwise. This is what a Kermalurma looks like, right? It's got tail, it's got one antenna, it's got an emerald that shoots a laser, and it's got claws for hands. That's what a Kermalurma is, right? Versus we have something like RC Colda Dog. Cold gives me an idea. I think of something cold, right? So we came up with this guy that's wearing this scarf to keep warm, and he has a magical ice bow that shoots piercing frost arrows. And he can shoot a heavy arrow at frozen targets to explode them, right? So frost, that gives me something. Skelly guy, he's got bones. He's got bone chucks connected with tendons, and they're cold because he has this blue color. What's it? Oh, Solomon, I couldn't think of anything, so he became an alien. Sick Nation, I have like this guy that holds cords on his enemies, and these cords pull the energy from them. And so the more of these that he has attached, he can get stronger and stronger. Tick summons exploding ticks. He's like a bug, right? Oliver Comics, this one's really cool. We did this one earlier today. Oliver Comics is a comic book character, and he found these magical daggers that allows him to cut himself out of his comic book dimension. But he's able to go back to his comic book world, and so he can spawn these comic book slides, teleport to them, and then cut himself out of them. So he can keep doing these like comic book pop-ups to teleport around during combat. Very cool. Anyways, I get off track here. These are starting to look really fun. Look at all these, man. Why sunglasses on Oliver? Because he's cool. He's a cool guy. He's cool. This guy's gnarly. Rajamations. This guy's a heavy alien, because Rajamations didn't really give me anything. Ship it. Makes sense. Cool, ship it. Rajamations is a heavy alien, because I didn't know Rajamations didn't trigger anything in my brain, so I made him an alien. And he has this scythe, right? Now this scythe, every time he reaps somebody with his scythe, he grows an antenna on his head. And he can break off these antennas and cram them in the back of his scythe. And these are like, have you seen Halo or played Halo? The Needler gun. The Needler gun shoots off a bunch of little needles that are like aimbot. They hit their target no matter what. That's what these antennas do when attached to the back of the scythe. They become like little needler bullets that will hunt down and slow the enemy. And then he can come by after they are taking damage from these little needler attacks. A crystal gun from Halo, exactly. And then he can reap them again. And so I made up like a short lore story that a great warrior from this alien planet will have a ton of antennas on his head, because it says that not only did he defeat a lot of foes, but he also didn't need to use all of his needler. So he has proof that he's a strong warrior and has plenty of ammo for his scythe if he were to need it. But the more he doesn't use, the stronger of a warrior he looks like, and it becomes like a headdress. These are all so fun. Okay, let's move on. I'll get lost in just having fun. Look at it. Overuse. Okay, so let's go through the process. Overuse 69. Is he good? Is he evil? Based on this color, I would say he's good. And then from here, I usually like to just start drawing poses. And I start to think about, is the name telling me anything? Is he an alien? I haven't made an aquatic one yet. True, but I don't know that this one says with the name Overuse 69 gives me anything aquatic. Let's just get some poses off. Just draw some poses here and there. Some punching. Overuse. Overuse. What is overuse? Something that makes you strained. Oh, what if he has one big arm, dude? One massive arm from overusing it. One massive arm from overuse. Already stoned. I think I'm out. How many characters you plan on making? I don't know. I'm making as many comments as I have right now. So at least 50 of these things in total so far. Overuse. Well, that means like his... I don't know that someone wants to animate a heavy arm all the time, though. What's something that gets better with usage? Like muscles get stronger. Is there a weapon that gets better with use? That can show that it's getting better with use? Overuse. Something that's gonna get... I bet, you know what? That makes sense. That actually makes sense. Benjamin. Another heavy. He should definitely be a heavy. Yeah, we haven't done a heavy in a minute. Rusted sword can be dangerous. True. His muscles get stronger. Bones pop out like spikes. And uses his arm like a spike flail. I kind of like that. How many would you do today? I don't know. I'm gonna go until I'm too tired, I guess. It's 11:15. I could probably go for another hour at least. So how long have we been live? We've been live for about an hour, and dude, I've made 2. I've made 2 in an hour. Are you kidding me? Okay, I like that idea of the bone sticking out. Overuse PP power makes a bunch of sense. True. But I guess I can't really, like, showcase too many bones sticking out, right? Because it's not like you have a ton of bones in here. Oh, what about this? What about if he has pores in his arm that let off steam? Because when he punches, he has an explosive punch. What if he has an explosive punch? And this explosive punch can get worn down over time. Honestly, maybe it looks cooler without the... I think it looks cooler without the blur. Okay, he has an explosive punch that he can't, like, he can't just keep using it because he's gonna get too tired. Now, what is something that can make him a little more interesting? So he has one arm that has an explosive punch that has to let off steam in between hits. Engine arm. Yeah, engine arm. What is something that we can put on him that has, like, secondary motion? Or something that gives him mobility? He's a heavy. He can't be too fast. He's got an engine arm. Engine makes me think of cars and tires, rubber, a belt. Belt's kind of hard to put on a stick figure. It's kind of annoying. Jetpack? No. He's heavy. He's a big guy. This is a big guy. He hits hard and he's slower. So I don't want to give him too much mobility. You want to... So what I do with heavies is I give them something to close the gap that doesn't require them going faster. Like, for instance, Andre uses electricity from the hammer, right? He can stun somebody by shooting electricity from far away. The other heavy we had was Rajamations. He has, like, these needlers that can hunt down the enemy, and then he walks over to them. Yeah. So, this guy's a heavy. What's up, Shuriken? Yeah, I got back on. So what is something that is either ranged ranged or I basically just ranged, I guess. Oh man, I didn't know about this stream. I'll watch it later. Could be good for redesigning my current. Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be doing these for a while. I just woke up. He was streaming. Okay, it just timed out well, Shuriken. I got back on an hour ago. It's late night here though. Some sort of shots from his air hand. So it's like it has like 2 modes. Oh, okay, wait. How about he has an explosive punch, but he can also shoot the steam out. So it's like a double-edged sword. It's 2 weapons. Yeah, dude, now we're cooking. So he punches, which explodes, and then he has to release the steam, which is ranged. That's sick. That's actually, that's like so cool. Because then he's overusing, get it? He's overusing his arm. Because he's using it for ranged when it's on cooldown. And then he's using it for melee when it's ready. That's sick. Which you could say he would be overusing his arm. Because he's even using it when it's on cooldown. And now his name makes sense. That's sick. Okay, now is there any secondary motion thing we can add? Because like heavies are big and floppy and lanky. And so like I used on, who is it? Our other heavy. Who was our other heavy? Doot McNewt. Duke McNewt has this big barrel behind him that he has a smoldering fire in, right? And he bops people on the head with his club and throws them into his barrel. But he also can set the barrel down and hit it with his club and shoot out a bunch of flames out of the barrel. So he's like using enemies as a means to fuel his fire that he's carrying with him. But he has this big barrel that he's carrying with him. I think that's really cool. What is a secondary motion thing? Secondary motion things are like hats, scarves, bandanas. Ooh, I haven't put a bandana on somebody in a minute. What if he has a bandana? That would look really cool. The bandana would look really cool when he punches something. Because it would make the bandana go crazy. It would be really, really cool. Because imagine he punches somebody, and then bandana would go crazy. Do one for me next. I don't know where you're at in the line. I'm trying to go in line as best as I can. Okay, I want to do the bandana. 1000%. But I think I want to choose a color for it. Arm bandana goes hard? Ooh, maybe. On his other arm, his not, quote-unquote, not useful arm. Because you can't really put it on him, that arm, because that arm's busy, right? I like that. And you know what's funny? It's because this arm is like weak. He doesn't use it like at all, so it's like it's wounded, almost. He has a it's like a bandage kind of thing, and that's another reason why he overuses his other arm. And that'll be really cool secondary motion. All right, this guy's sick. He does have the oldest comet first, I believe. I don't know. We'll see. Right now, overuse, I think, was 17 hours ago. He He can use his arm to grapple and punch up with the other. Exactly. His other arm isn't like useless, but it's weak. But he can still grab people with it for sure. Okay. Engine arm. Explosive punches that go on cooldown. When on cooldown, he shoots out steam. Steam is ranged and also very hot. Explosive punches that go on cooldown. When on cooldown, he shoots out steam. Steam is ranged and very hot. I like it. Overuse is cool. Alright, Donskis. Okay, we're going to add him to the roster. Saving. Cannot place a symbol inside of itself. Didn't know I was doing that. I don't think I am. What is going on? Okay, let's try this again. Let's make this... Oops, nope, I did it wrong again. I don't care about the name of the symbols in this circumstance at all. Okay, I couldn't paste the frames. Can't copy the frames. What is going on? Copy frames. Paste frames. Okay, now we're cooking. Okay, overuse is done. So now I simply save. We're going to export him. And I'm going to put them in the Stone Mountain Discord. Overuse. And now I'm going to go reply to that comment. I got to download it on my phone real quick. He overuses his engine arm. Explosive punches that... Okay. Adding... Done. 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 All right, up next, let me see. That was 20 hours ago was overuse. 10 hours, 10 hours, there's a 17, 12, 12, 6. I'm trying to go in order the best I can. 16, another 19 hour. Orange Hat. Orange Hat is up next. Orange, yeah, just Orange Hat, which is extremely visual. Oops. Orange Hat. The irony will be that he will not get orange as his hex code, more than likely. Recommend maybe write these names so it'll be easier for you. True. But the list is already generated essentially via TikTok. But maybe I should do that. Orange Hat. Okay, let's clean the palette. I probably could do a system. I probably should take some time to do that. That would be smarter. All right, we're purple. Interesting. We are purple. Well, I wouldn't have to put them in under hour. The only reason why I reference the hour, because it just tells me how long ago that post was. And I'm just looking for the oldest post, right? So if I see a comment that says 20 hours ago, and I don't find any comment older than that without a RHG on it, then I'm just selecting it. So realistically, if I just make the list chronological order, I won't have to worry about how long ago they actually commented, because the list will make them in chronological order regardless of how long ago it was. Purple and orange should go well together. I agree. I guess we'll just start with that. We'll just start with orange hat. We have an orange hat. Let's just make... I want to do a beanie. I think a beanie would be kind of cool here. Beanies are easier to animate, easier to deal with, honestly. From the standpoint of having to do this a bunch of times, I think a beanie would be cool. But no, you're right though. That is a good idea, and that is how I should be doing it. But at least right now, while I'm with you guys, I want to keep focused on creating, because making a list will be really boring. You know what I mean? But your idea is completely right in how I should be doing it. But I don't want to spend the time while I'm live with you guys making a list, because that could suck. Okay, orange hat. We got a beanie. Now, let's see. Orange hat. This guy doesn't look like... Based off this color, he could go either evil or good. I don't know. He doesn't seem like a heavy to me. I feel like he's going to be humanoid, not an alien. Let's just give him some poses here. Let's see if anything sticks out to me. Could be fun if the beanie is stretchy animation likewise. Oh yeah, it'll have secondary. If I'm animating this, I'm giving it secondary motion for sure. I'm just drawing some weird random poses. See if it gives me any ideas. Anything speaking to me? What kind of weapon could he have? What kind of weapon would this guy have? I feel like this guy would have like a skateboarder. You know what? This guy's gonna be a light. He's gonna be fast. What kind of... How does this guy have mobility? What gives him mobility? I feel like he's gonna have some kind of mobility item. I think engine arm, cybernetic arm. We just did that. What's up, buddy? A scooter. A scooter would be kind of neat. You don't have to actually animate like... Maybe that's his weapon. Maybe he's a scooter guy. Like... You know what I mean? Hoverboard would be more fun. I think a hoverboard would be more fun. I think we're close. Scooter, something like that. Scooter the Shin's nuts. I don't know that I'd want to animate a scooter all the time, though. That might be annoying, I guess. 2 ovals that he can hover on 1 foot of each circle. That would be kind of nice. That'd be kind of sick. I want him to be holding his beanie on because he's moving quick. He's moving quick. Something like this. Ever play 3, the old snowboarding game. Reminds me of a character from that. Oh, kind of, yeah. Yeah, I want this guy to be mobile. I feel like this guy's a light. You know what I mean? Think TF2 Scout. He's fast. Why is he fast? That's what we gotta answer now. Why is he fast? Again, I'm just drawing him to like get to know him. I'm drawing him in different poses, doing different things. What if he's funny? Can he be funny? How would he be funny? It's kicking something. Rollerblades would be interesting. Yes, shoes on a stick figure would immediately make me not want to animate him, to be honest. Funny as is he uses text to fight, maybe? Maybe. He has combat text. Has someone done that before? That might be something. Wait, watch this. Let me see if I can carve a sword out of sword. Not really. I guess the words themselves could be, it's fine. Graffiti guy vibes, spray cans, yes. Emoticon sword, that'd be kind of cool. Do I have a graffiti text? Hold on, let me see if I have like a different kind of text that might fit that maybe a little better. I mean, the text that I have is pretty good. I don't think I'm gonna get anything that's like more graffiti looking. Well, let's go look online. Graffiti font. Let's see, let's see. Oh, we got it. Never mind. We totally got it. Hold on, we're gaming. Give me a sec. Hold on, I'm hacking the mainframe. Beep boop, beep boop. Hacking the mainframe. Jarvis, install the font. Jarvis, installing the font. Jarvis, install the font, please. Okay, I think I have to restart Flash for this. Here, let me save some of this other stuff up. Okay, hold on. I think I have to reopen Flash for this. Hold on, I'm gaming. Chill. Let me cook. Right, chat? No cap. Let me cook. Did I save it right? Orange hat, yeah. Come on, open. Yeah. Yeah. We'll be blue and with 2 swords. I can't promise anything. It's gonna be purely whatever comes out of my noggin when I get to your guy. This is sick. Okay, so he can use... Okay, now we gotta do canisters on his back. Or maybe it's one big canister. One big canister on his back that he can use as mobility. It's like a jetpack. But also, whatever he thinks, whatever is in his brain, whatever he's imagining, will just spray out of the bottle. So he doesn't even have to, like, think too much about it. He just imagines it, and he'll get a text version of his idea. So it's limited as in it'll be written in graffiti. But it may be written in graffiti, but it could still be useful. I think that'd be really cool. But it needs to be special somehow, because you gotta know that it's special, right? What happens if I add? Lighten? Multiply? Subtract? No. Difference? No. Add. I think we could do something with this add. Maybe. Let's glow this black to start. Let's see what that looks like. Yo, how many glows can I add? Hold on. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, I have an idea. This might be really stupid. I don't know. Okay, so red's fine. Then let's do a blue. Let's do green. What? A spray can jetpack on his back? Yes. Is the mobility idea still a thing? I feel like this character would be too much going on. Yeah, the jetpack, his spray can is mobility as well as his creativity will spawn his creations. Okay. And let's do a pink. Okay, let's get rid of these other ones. Okay. Now what happens if I take this, duplicate, add? That's sick. We'll just make it off-center just a little bit. And then I'll lower the opacity on this one here to kind of control what I want from it. Skew it a little bit. Do I need to skew it a little bit? I don't know that I need to skew it a little bit. Ooh, what if, hear me out, before I do this, actually, what if I make it, okay, so it's like, we'll do Y, X, Y, X, Y, so they kind of overlap a little bit. Yeah, that way it's not all just even. Now we'll overlay and add on top. That looks sick. See that? You see how it like creates those differences? And then we just put this on his back. Let's make it one movie clip. There we go. I like that. Simple, but that would be super fun to animate. It's been exactly 14 years since the RHG tournament round 1. Oh my god. Magic spray can. His ideas manifest into graffiti text. From the magical spray can. Can use spray can as jetpack also. Boom. How to feel old. This is cool. And then watch. I can even watch if we want to make the sword cool. I think these should have a glow to them as well to like signify that they're special. What would be a cool color? I think orange for his hat might be cool. So we have sword, and then watch. I'm going to duplicate it, and we're going to put the. Why is this? I don't care about this. What are you talking about? Filters, glows, options, paragraph. What are we talking about? Paragraph. Oh, it's because I didn't make it a movie clip. I forgot that you can actually add glows directly on top of non-movie clips. So we will do add. Let's see what that looks like. That's kind of sick, dude. Let's reduce the alpha though, so it's not too powerful. Can I do a knockout on this as well? Filter knockout? Filter glow knockout? Oh, that kind of ruins it, doesn't it? Oh, that not really. Hold on, let me see what happens if I do that. Then increase the alpha? That's kind of sick. Actually, never mind. Yes, check that out. You know what the other thing I can do? What if I do... Let's do a radial gradient, and let's make the radial gradient a rainbow. Can I do that? Like, somewhat of a rainbow. I have an idea. This may not work at all. I'm purely experimenting here. No clue if this is going to work. It doesn't have to be a perfect rainbow either. I'm just going to kind of do something. I have an idea. Check this out. Give me a second. Let me cook. This might be awful. It might be entirely unusable. I don't know yet. Just give me a second. Okay, what if we blur it more? Maybe. I want his creations. There we go. I want his creations to glow. That's sick. That's sick. Okay, we can also do... I'll go into here, and the things on the outer edge, so like the green, I'm going to lower the alpha. The green and yellow are on the outer edge. So we're going to lower the alpha on those so it fades out. Okay, there we go. Done. I can even overlap these to create like a hilt. That might be too much. I'll make it smaller. There we go. Yeah. So it creates like a hilt glow. Like old neon, yeah. It really does look like graffiti now. Yeah, that's sick, dude. Should I make his hat? Hold on. Can I make his hat look cool too? Hold on. Is this on his head? Kind of. Let me think. Okay, wait, check this out. Watch. Okay. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second. I'm thinking. Watch. I'm gonna paste his hat. Okay, here's his hat. Watch this. I'm gonna take his hat. I'm gonna make his hat a flat color. It's one color. Now I'm gonna go to the radial gradient. Can I make it linear? Yep. Check this out. Watch this. Watch, 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 watch. Yeah! Yeah! What does Lighten do in this situation? I think Lighten might be better. Maybe add, I don't know. Overlay? Hard light? No, I think it's still add. Yeah, add just puts in work. And I can actually shrink it a little bit so it kind of fits on the inside. So he still has the outline. Like that. Huh. Maybe it's too shiny though. Nah, I like it without. I like it without. It makes it keep it like a beanie. You know what? It would be cool though. It makes it look like. Okay, this is the last thing I promise. Because this guy looks like a lot of fun. This is the last thing I promise. What if, like, as he's moving along, he leaves, like, paint trail? This might be so extra. So extra. Hold on. It's like he's got paint on his feet. Yeah, it's like he's got paint on his feet. And so if you want, you can let him like have like little like rainbowy paint footsteps. Same thing with the jetpack. The jetpack can work the same way. And that's okay, this is it. The reason why, okay, listen, hear me out. The reason, listen, Lisa, listen. The reason why he ends up having all this paint on his feet. Where'd that go, by the way? Oh, it's in here. The reason why he has all this paint on his feet is because the jetpack, when it casts out its propulsion, he gets the paint all over his feet. This is gonna be cool. Linear. And then I can adjust this as I want. Something like that. Add. Yes, then we take this, and I'm gonna blur it. Just the y-axis though. Yeah! Now we have our propulsion. Okay, now I just need to make sure it's underneath. Underneath, I said. Yes. That's sick. Orange hat. That's so cool. So, but more. There's weight. Okay, I promise he's done now. Alright, orange hat is also cool. I feel like the set list is getting cooler and cooler, and every time I create a next one, I'm like, oh no, I feel like it's not going to be good. Oh, it's not going to be cool, and then it's cool again. Why does it keep saying that, dude? I can't believe... There's no way there's anything named that. Oh, it's saying that because I'm not actually selecting the appropriate frames. There we go. Copy frames. Paste frames. You owe everyone $5 now. Yeah, it's lying to me. Alright, orange hat is also sick, dude. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, so let's export him. Same thing, publish, okay. Go into here, we're gonna drag and drop him in. This was, who was this again? Oh my god, I just did it. Orange hat. I refuse to pay with my money. Okay, orange hat is done. Let me go on my phone. I'm gonna download his character, saving it, and then I'm gonna go back to the TikTok and orange hat. This one might be my most colorful creative creation ever. The getting the graffiti text font was clutch. Oh, come on. I have to restart the app. Sometimes when I go to leave a comment, it'll just not do it, and I have to completely restart. Okay, where was he? Orange hat. Just down here some more. This might be my most creative, colorful creation ever. Please don't make me do it again. Keep current selection. Boop. Please work. Okay, done. Orange hat is done. The text, and he just has to think of it, and then it'll become, so if he needs like a gun or a ramp or a shield, he can just think it, and then it'll graffiti spray it. Then make all of these RHG characters into one art or something. Would it be cool if all of these characters were on a t-shirt? Or no? If they were like, without the text, it was just the characters all arranged in a collage. By the way, the sword font text is another tag, I think it was called. It is... Where's the properties on this? Hello? Character? Another tag. Another tag. Bubblegum is the title. Is the text I'm using for the little icons. Or these cards that they're on. It's another tag. Yeah, another tag, you got it. Okay, orange hat is done. He is added to our list. Next, I'll do at least one more. 17 hours is currently the oldest one I can find. A lot of people have it at 17 hours. That must have been the Dojo Cast stream, I think. Maybe after that, shortly after that. Yeah. There is. Let's do one more. Let's do Obsessive Stickman's Fan. Quite the name. Obsessive Stickman's Fan. There we go. Okay. Okay. You know the process. Get rid of everything. We should be left with a head and text and layers. Okay. Here we go. Grab the hex. Generate color. We got a blue this time. Okay. Blue looks like a baby blue. So my initial thoughts on that are it is a good guy. But maybe not. We'll see. Okay. We have a blue. Obsessive Stickman's Fan. That name's not giving me a whole lot. Well, that really is a name. It is definitely a name. One thing I could pull from this is Obsessive Fan. So this person could be really jovial. Maybe a little crazy. When I think of crazy, I think of something that's like bouncing around. What do fans have? Fans have posters, maybe even flags that they hold up. They have those like styrofoam fingers. What if we get a styrofoam finger that has powers? Light sticks, that's good. Light sticks would be good. Reminds me of the actually guy? Yeah. Foam finger idea would be funny. I think so too. Look up foam fingers. Yeah, it would be like... Right? Because he's the #1 fan. What if that's on his head, though? Yeah, what if this is on his head? I don't think I need any of those details. I think it'd just be this. I think that by itself, it works. Or does that look like a chef's hat? Late one, what's up, Donnie? It is midnight. I don't know, that still kind of reads as a #1. Yeah, I think that works. Painted face would be kind of cool. I mean, this is either on his head or on his hands. Just because I need to get this done, dude. I gotta keep on these or else I'm gonna get buried. I'm already buried. I like it better if this is like a weapon, dude. What if this is a gun? What if he's a sharpshooter? I think that's funny. Oh my gosh, it's a finger gun. Heavy or agile? Definitely an agile. Bigger finger gun. What about a fan weapon as well? How about he has a shield? How about his fan is a his offhand could have a shield. Oh, it's a riot shield. Hold on. Hold on. So he's like an obsessive fan, but he's also like the security. So like, oh my god, stop, bro. Mega Man cannon. I want him to point this like a gun, though. I think his hand's gonna be in here like this. I think it's centered. I think it's weird if I don't center his hand in there. Ah. A flagstaff? Yeah, but like it's like just on his back. I think I won't do the fan as a shield. He'll have a flag on his back. I think this would be cool. Like he's bracing for the shot. And that way he can have a melee weapon and a ranged weapon. I don't know that I'm going to put any text on the flag because it's going to be already annoying to animate a flag for people. So I want to try to keep it simple. I mean, I guess we could. As long as the flag is like really tiny and like a basic triangle. I don't want to get it overwhelming. Because you have to think about, you really do have to think about it both sides of the stick. No pun intended. You have to think, is this something that I'm going to want to animate? And if the answer to that question is no, it probably means that they're not going to want to animate it either, dude. So you need to make it simple enough that it's something that you can animate over and over and over again. That isn't going to make you go like, oh my god, I don't want to do this. You know what I mean? So if we make this like a simple triangle, I want to make it the same color as the finger though. Just for posterity. So I think if we just do it really simple, like we can get away with this, and then it could just be text. Number one. Keep it real simple. And that way, whoever's animating this can simply do this and then just break the text apart if they want to. And since it's a triangle, you don't even have to have it waving in the wind if you don't want to. The number is kind of awkward in this. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to break these apart. Yeah, we're going to do this. Because how that kerning works is awful. Number one, perfect. Super easy. I tried doing my best. Wait, not gonna lie, something I tried my best doing my character. What was? Staff? Or spear style? What if it's an axe? Okay, hear me out. It's a flag, but it's completely rigid. What if this is a blade? It's a flag, but it's also a blade. It's actually not soft. Then you don't have to animate it at all. It looks... oh, dude, it looks like a flag. But it's an axe. Or a scythe. Because I want it to be a flag shape still, right? Because if we do an axe like that, it kind of loses its flag identity, right? Does it? Does it lose its flag identity too much? I think it might. But if we make it like... If we just make it sharp, it could be like almost, it's a flag, but you could tell it's a blade at the same time. A halberd. Halberd! Another halberd. Because then it looks like a flag. My text about your speech about if it isn't seem fun to animate the character, then the other person won't either. Yes. Work smarter, not harder. The flag doesn't wave because it's rigid. Exactly. And it's rigid why? Because it's actually a blade. It stays with the character identity, but it achieves something even cooler for our design. Look, and I can make the white here go on the part of the blade, so it looks like it's the tip of the blade. There we go. There we go. That's why my OC got like a chair and has a wand, and simplified version is easy to make. Exactly. It has to be something you want to do. Okay, so he has a ranged weapon and a melee weapon. He's got something that gives him a little bit of secondary motion. Is there anything I want to add to him? Is there any way these things can correlate to each other? I like to always think of that too, like doing something with that does something to this or vice versa. That way you want to use one or the other because one can make the other one better. Is there any way I can visually do that? I don't want to just do electricity again because I feel like that one's so easy to do. What would an obsessive fan would want to get close? Take pictures. Get autographs. I don't know that any of those things would work for combat per se. He shoots his cannon. What would it shoot? Electricity? Fire? Plasma? A bullet? What would it shoot? Okay, hear me out. It shoots popcorn. Listen. Listen. Lisa, listen. 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 How can I draw popcorn in a way that's gonna like show up? He shoots popcorn that when the scythe makes impact with it, they explode. Dude, but popcorn sucks to draw. Holy. Ugh. Bro, I hate drawing popcorn. I mean, popcorn could literally just be white. Like, they could be these little puff clouds. Stop it. Finger bone sticky bombs? Ooh, sticky bombs would kind of be cool. Is the popcorn edible, though? It's kind of similar to Ultra Kill. I don't know what that is. Scrumptious. I think leaving them as white is totally okay. I think this is better in the stick for figure realm of things. The popcorn can be any shape, and just leaving it white makes it simple. It's a marking system. It's a marking system. So if he lands the sticky popcorn on you, he then has a target to swing at. And if he hits the target, they explode. So it's like marking something and doing bonus damage. If you guys play League, you know Quinn? You remember how Quinn has Valor? And Valor like flies down and marks the target, and then if you auto attack that target, you do bonus damage. He can shoot these popcorn projectiles and then swing his scythe at the target, and they burst. He could be an Esper, and pointing with the glove controls the direction of the halberd flag things. Go for the eyes! Go for the eyes, popcorn. You know what fans also like to wear is hats. And I just always imagine the most iconic hat of all time being the whatchamacallit, the Green Bay Packers hats. The cheese heads. Quintop is evil. But I don't know if this will register, honestly, as like it being Cheesehead. I just feel like he's naked. I feel like I want to put something on his head. You know what? He would go with a crown, though, maybe. Like, it's like a sports. Like, his team won, you know? Nerdy glasses? Maybe. Somewhere I'm not connecting the dots here. I'm not sure where it's not connecting. I feel like a crown, like his team won, you know? Like he's the #1 fan. He's the king of all fans. There it is. Special popcorn foam finger gun. Shoots sticky popcorn, striking a target with popcorn on them, makes the popcorn explode. Striking target with the flag scythe. That has popcorn on them. Okay, hold on. Makes the popcorn explode. Okay. Yes. And then this font can be smaller to make room. Let's do 4. Do that. I think it's fine. Popcorn foam finger gun. Shoots sticky popcorn. Striking a target with the flag scythe that has popcorn on them makes the popcorn explode. What's up, cop? I like him. Simple, but beautiful. Perfect. All right, let's add him to the roster. Paste him in. Bada bing, bada boom. Get rid of his description. We'll leave his name. So how many did we make tonight? We made 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh my god, we made 5, bro. I made 5. It took me 2 hours. You're joking. I made 5. It took me 2 hours. I think I'm 20 behind. Bro. Look at how cool they are, though. Obsessive Stickmans shoots sticky popcorn out of his Magic's foam finger gun. And if he strikes the target with his #1 fan scythe, it explodes the popcorn on impact. Orange Hat has a magical graffiti canister that will graffiti out in text any of his ideas while also acting as a jetpack for mobility. Overuse has an arm that has explosive punches that go on cooldown, but while on cooldown, he can shoot out the steam as a ranged attack. Spectre has a lantern, a flame or a chain lantern that when he strikes a target, it pulls their soul. Pulled souls go into his soul factory, which then power his lantern. Cashier has a bat, a golden bat, that when he strikes enemies, coins pop out of them Sonic style, and after a short duration, those coins explode in a short burst of electricity. That's how far we got tonight. That was 2 hours. Holy Mac, dude. This roster's looking insane, though. Okay. Let's go ahead and export these. I hope you guys are enjoying this. This seems to be a little bit more engaging of content than my normal stuff. If you would like your own, be sure to check out the TikTok, Stone Stick Station. I left a post on there where you can leave a comment and follow, and then I'll create you an RHG myself. Who did we just do? Obsessive Stick Fan. And then I essentially put them here, and then I send them to myself. Is really entertaining? Awesome. That's what I love to hear. Engaging content can be hard to do when you're an animator streaming, because it's really boring a lot of times. It takes so long, as you know. So having something like this to kind of break it up and make it more fun is definitely a great change up. And then also being able to engage directly with the community with something that's like a gift, like something that I feel like I can do, you know, because these are very personalized. Yeah, you and engaging with you guys also helps a lot too, because you guys help bring some really cool ideas to the table. He's obsessive but prepared. Watch out for his sticky popcorn, else his fan scythe will make it explosive. Okay, I'm copying all of this because there's a chance that I have to type it all again, and I don't want to do it. This one was for Obsessive Fan. Obsessive Stickman's Fan. Done. And selecting. And please post. Alright, cool. Never say his team is ZZ. What? Let me go ahead. I'm going to blast you the sound for just a second. I'm going to give you guys the link if you haven't seen it yet. I'll give you a chance to go check it out. That is the link to the specific post where I'm making these, where all of these bad boys went. Today, we created 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. We made 11. These were the 11 that I made today. These are some sick ones, though. Imaginary Demon, Bars, 179, Cashier, Spectre, Overuse, Orange Hat, Obsessive Stickman's Fan, Queenly, Milkvast, Rajamations, and Oliver Comics. Those were all made today. This is the current Stone Stick Station RHG roster. Can you imagine if all of these characters were used somehow? Not even in just one, not in one animation, but if all of these characters were used. Because as it is right now, they're just fun little creations. Favorite of the bunch is probably Rajamations. Rajamations is really sick. What's your guys' favorite? I like Hobblebobos too. I still like this guy. This creepy, goopy tendril clown. I don't really have a favorite though. I like them all for different reasons. Oliver Comics is like, I feel like some of these characters have really sick lore if they were fleshed out. Like Oliver Comic escaping and traveling through different comic book universes. That's cool. Him, Rajamations being like this really cool alien warrior. Milkvast being gross and pumping like rancid milk explosions, sticky milk. Queenly being this like badass chick that swings from her axe, add power to her propulsion that she could get from her crown, and has hearts that she can bounce off temporarily, like little temporary platforms on Mario. Orange Hat though, yeah, Orange Hat is sick, dude. You could just think of an idea, and then the graffiti will spray can it in text into existence. That's fun. Spectre, reaping souls with a soul factory? Get out of here, dude. That then shoots out steam and repowers his mace lantern. Cashier, dude. Oh my god. Bars. This is a robot that many prisons have tried to trap. And the bars that he's wielding with him are from the prisons that have tried to hold him down. He uses them as batons, but then also he can cast these into the sky like umbrella and then trap you, create a prison around you. That's pretty cool. Imaginary Demon. It's a demon that has a spade for a tail, and it can send electricity arcing to its trident. Sleep Deprived Citrus is probably my only old character. He leaks gasoline from his beard, which he stores in his staff, and then he can ignite the staff and shoot flames out of it, or use it like an on fire bow staff. Shadow with after image would be so cool. You punch, and then you have an after image punch that does damage right after the fact as well. You have a shadow that follows your attacks. Some of them, like, the key to a good character is a simple visual idea that takes very little amount of explaining. That if you were to explain nothing and you just did an animation with that concept in mind, the viewer could just grasp it. You know what I mean? Like if I'm watching Spectre and I see him hit something and these little ghouls start coming out of the characters, and I watch them fly into his backpack and then energy shoot out of this chimney back into the mace. You don't have to write anything. I saw it happen. You know what I mean? Cashier, he hit someone in the head with his glowing bat. Coins pop out and then they explode. I didn't have to see anything. I don't have to have a paragraph to understand. There's no non-visual elements happening. It's just, I get it. You know, those are my favorite characters. And I think almost all of these guys have that in common. So that would be my secret in creating your character, is to pick something that is very visual and exciting. When you think about animating it, you get excited. And I think that all of these have that in one way or another for me. I get excited when thinking about animating them. And keep that in mind, please, because if something is way too difficult to animate, like it's going to take way too much time, or it's going to be really annoying to animate. Like, for instance, remember we were talking about originally with Orange Hat, his mobility was going to be roller skates. Like, that was a mentioned idea, which is genuinely a good idea. Like, that is genuinely a good idea. But when you start to think about it, like if you're animating him, you're like, ugh. One, he's always got to be rolling. Two, I have two objects that I have to free transform every single frame, most likely, or slide forward every single frame. Not that that's the end of the world, but that can be pretty annoying. You know what I mean? Just try and think of, if you're animating this, does this make you happy? Are you excited to animate it? Does it inspire you and give you a bunch of ideas animating this character? And if it feels like it's bogging you down and it's not something that you want to do, it's probably not going to be something you want to do. The most difficult to animate besides Orange Hat? I think Orange Hat would be really easy, to be honest. Orange Hat would be really easy. Because it's just text for whatever you want. You know, all these things that look fancy, it's just overlays. The most difficult to animate, maybe Stick Nation. Because Stick Nation can have a bunch of different chords going at once, and you'd have to animate all those chords. I would probably do it with just the line tool, so it really wouldn't be that hard. But you'd have to like drag people around and stuff. Anything that may be goopy, I struggle with fluids. So yeah, it's personal. Like, I would have a blast with Jelly Jam. This would not... I really like fluids and goopiness. So Jelly Jam and Habba Bobo would be really easy for me. But that's because it leans into some of my strengths, right? So these would be easier for me. I think Oliver Comics might be a little bit hard because you'd have to create a bunch of these windows and make them interesting. And outside of that, like, it's essentially he's a light, right? So he has high agility because he can teleport around. But it's not really hard. It's just to make it look good, you'd want to make a bunch of these like comic slides and fill them with interesting comic-like backgrounds to make it fun. Who would be harder? I don't know. I mean, I made a lot of these in mind with them being towards my own strengths also. Silly P, maybe? Because, like, some of your limbs, when you go to attack, it might be hard to think about how to make an attack look strong if it's a spring-based attack. Maybe? I don't know. I've never been super good with bow staffs, so maybe Sleep Deprived Citrus would be kind of hard to get used to using a staff while also making him look older, like hunched over maybe, like a drunken stick type guy. Nunchucks. I'm not very good with nunchucks, so I would probably struggle with Skelly Guy for a little bit. I don't know, man. They're all not too far off from like things that I would like to animate, and I kept that in mind when I was making them, so I don't know. Solomon maybe, because he has one big long arm and it's kind of hard to use a weapon that's also attached to you. You don't get that same kind of like leverage when you swing something because it's attached to your body. So maybe he would look a little awkward sometimes when swinging. I don't know. But I'll say this. I didn't think, after I made these really cool ones earlier today, Queenly, Milkfast, Rajamations, Oliver Comics, I thought these were like really solid. I was kind of afraid, and Imaginary Demon too. Oh, dude, yeah, all of these, all the ones I made earlier today, I was like, dude, I don't know how I'm gonna like up that, and I think I did. I think each one of these is even cooler than those ones for different reasons. But I am not doing these fast enough. Do you know how long I gave myself originally? Maybe Cashier because all the particles? Not really. Cashier, these coins, you could just make a graphic and rotate them as little objects. And then your explosions could be a movie clip of like 2 or 3 different electricity explosions that are only 4 or 5 frames long. And then you just copy and paste those different variations every time they explode. It can be real easy. So like that's what I'm thinking when I'm creating them too, you know? But I don't know what to do with any of these guys. Because again, these are like little gifts. This is my little love letter to the people who are joining my TikTok and supporting my new community that I'm building there. But you know, maybe they just end up being in a really pretty cool collage of figures, you know? I don't know. I don't know. But anyways, friends, I'm gonna go ahead and kill it for now because it is almost 1 in the morning, and I want to get up and be able to water my plants before it's too hot. Oh, okay, the sand bucket guy, I'll tell you. This is dumb animator. I'll tell you this before I go. Dumb animator is the only child RHG here. That's a big tooth. And I thought about how can I make this little seemingly harmless child the most terrifying of all of them. And I want to show you something by Turquoise. So I'm going to get this open. Give me just a second. Okay. So what makes Dumb Animator here probably the scariest on here? It's a child that has a sand bucket with a shovel, little hand shovel, right? But this bucket has infinite sand. And this is like a kid, right? But this is like an evil other dimension kid. But you don't know that when you look at him. He's got a little piece of hair. He just seems like a little idiot, right? This sand, if the sand hits you, it causes instant, rapid, cancerous growth. So think of like this here. Let me see if I can find it. Wait, that's not it. I imagine this. Okay, you see how he, in this part right here, his body does that? Imagine that sand touches your face, and then that happens to your face. That's what I imagined. And then it explodes. So, Dumb Animator, this little kid with this infinite amount of sand bucket, might be the most terrifying out of all of these. Again, super visual. Imagine an animation with this little guy, right? You see a bunch of enemies enter from the right side of the room, and they look gnarly, right? They have like weapons. There's a guy with a chain, there's a guy with a bat, there's a guy with a gun, 3 guys with swords, and then there's this little kid playing with sand, flicking it on the ground, and literally waddling over, right? And then all the guys are like, whatever, man. Like, are you kidding me? I'm not gonna even fight this thing. And then you just see him gently flick some sand on one of the guys in the front. That he just stands there, and then that happens, and then all of a sudden that guy's face in front of everyone just like, boom, and he explodes. You can't tell me that everyone in that room would immediately be terrified. And you just see this kid slowly walking towards them, flicking sand. One little shovel in the bucket, flicking sand. One little shovel in the flicking sand, and then walking forwards. That's what I imagine Dumb Animator's character would be doing. Terrifying. And the contrast of him just being like a dumb little kid visually, I think that's beautiful. Like horror film. Creepy. But that's, again, I think it's a good example of character creation. It's visual, it's striking, it's unique, and the contrast is chef's kiss. Good streams. You guys like these? I will be doing more of these. I'm going to try and do as many of these as I possibly can. My original time budget, which I was going to get to earlier with what I was saying, I originally thought I would take about a minute per creation. I'm doing 2 an hour now. I originally thought I would spend about a minute on creation for people. And now I'm spending like 20 to 30 minutes per. They are cool, but if that post takes off, I won't be able to do it. Because at this point, I'm doing 10 in a day. And I'm already like 20 behind. After doing this many, I'm still 20 or 30 behind. So we shall see. But if you guys enjoy them, I'll keep doing them. And I'm having fun with them in the meantime too. So there's that. But I might have to do take a break. I can't just do these forever, right? I have to get back to animating too. So we'll do a mix of both. Filling the page might be a good place to stop, maybe, yeah. Concepts are the slowest, yeah. It's fun? Okay, cool. Alright, friends, I will call it for now. It's about 1 in the morning, and I will probably be live again tomorrow. And if I don't see you then, I'll see you another time, okay? Have a wonderful rest of your day, wherever you are. And we'll see you next time. Bye. Bye. Bye now. Bye-bye now. Bye now.